I'm heading out this morning for the far side of the world.
Welcome to Athens, capital of Greece and the birthplace of Western democracy. Home to Socrates, Plato, Sophocles, and Aristotle. Today, we're here to visit the Athens Acropolis. The Acropolis sits in the center of the sprawling modern city of Athens. Rising 150 meters above the sea and covering nearly 3 hectares, it dominates the skyline. Deep in the narrow corridors and winding alleys, the Acropolis still appears. Rising over the rooftops of the city, there is no escaping its dominating presence. The earliest known habitation of the Acropolis dates to the 6th millennium BC, but most of the visible structures date to slightly more recently. The massive wall which surrounds the entire rock outcropping was built sometime in the 5th century BC after the Persian invasion of Greece. At the entrance to the Acropolis is the Propylaea. Construction on this monumental gateway started in the mid-5th century BC, but it was not completed until much later. The modern tourist entrance leads directly through the Propylaea. Crowds of thousands of tourists from all over the world still pass through this gate. In the center of the Acropolis sits one of the most famous structures in all the world, the temple to Athena known as the Parthenon. Built, like most of the primary surviving structures on the Acropolis, in the 5th century BC, the Parthenon has long held the reputation of being the most perfect Doric temple ever built. Nearly 70 meters in length, 30 meters wide, and with columns standing over 10 meters high, the Parthenon is a massive and awe-inspiring structure. The interior friezes and sculptures have long since been removed to various museums around Greece and around the world, but the exterior remains a thing of beauty. The fluted columns are gracefully curved, bowing outward ever so slightly in the middle. What remains of the remarkable metopes joining the columns together depict a number of famous battles in Greek history, from the Trojan War to the battles against the Amazons and more. The Parthenon today continues to undergo heavy restoration work. It is the very symbol of Greece and Greek culture, and the government is understandably working hard to keep it from deteriorating further. Next to the Parthenon, at the northern edge of the Acropolis, sits the Erechtheum. Dedicated to both Athena and Poseidon, the Erechtheum served as a repository for many of the most famous and holy of the ancient Greek relics. On the north side of the Erechtheum is this large porch with its impressive Ionic columns. But on the south side sits the smaller but far more famous porch of the Caryatids. Rather than the standard fluted column, 6 female figures serve as the architectural support. Each is unique, and each has a wonderful, flowing, graceful quality about them. They are absolutely beautiful, and the highlight of my visit to the Acropolis. These are, unsurprisingly, not the originals, though. These are copies made from concrete. One of the originals sits in the British Museum in London. The other 5 are in the Acropolis Museum here in Athens. Even at night, the Acropolis dominates the Athens cityscape, a remarkable reminder of the importance of this city and its history.